Hello, everybody. Welcome to What the Hell Are We Talking About? Today we are here with you. Kenny and Patrick. We didn't beam off and go into outer space like everyone hoped we would. So yeah, here we are. How you doing today, Patrick, besides the rain?
Doing very well. Very well. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. So things that happened this week. So LeBron joined the 76ers.
He's got all those connections to Philadelphia. You already
This is Iverson. This is Iverson. Look,
okay.
I
You already
I just wanted to troll everybody right quick. Yeah.
how long did you wait in
I
line
was
for
like,
that long?
I mean, I've had this for I don't know. I think like 110 years. It seemed
You
like.
have to.
Yeah. Okay, it's getting a little bit warm in here, so I'm gonna go ahead and take this off in a few minutes. But
It's gonna have like a Dallas Mavericks LeBron jersey under it for next year when he goes there to win.
I don't think he's gonna. You know what? I think this is gonna be his last destination. I don't think he's going to Dallas. I don't think he's going anywhere at the 76ers because it's a year with an option, basically. So after this year, I mean, basically he could opt out and not play ball no more. I really thought he was probably going to go to Miami, though.
I'd like to see him go to Charlotte because with all the comparisons to Michael Jordan, maybe he goes and plays for Michael Jordan.
Jordan don't own the team no more.
You know,
Nah.
they're still lousy.
Yeah. Well, some of the stuff they did, the trade of LaMelo kind of makes everybody feel some kind of way about where the team is heading. But, I mean, when you got a player that probably don't play 70% of his games over 5 seasons, I mean, often injured or running somebody over in Charlotte, I mean, you trade him when the numbers are high. So that's what they did. Yeah. You gotta like it, but you gotta remember it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, it is. Just, I miss those days though of that integrity that players had. Instead of joining up with others, they want to lead their team to victory.
Right.
Just work with what you got. I mean, Karl Malone. I mean, aside going to the Lakers at the end of his career, he stayed in Utah with John Stockton, and Michael Jordan didn't have a cast around him of superstars.
You know what? A lot of people say that. But when you factor in Scottie Pippen, he also had Dennis Rodman.
Yeah, but they weren't stars on another team and
Dennis
then
Rodman
came over
was.
to join.
Dennis Rodman was.
Where did he? Yeah, but was he a top 10 player in the league?
He was defensive player of the year before he came there.
Yeah, so was Tyson Chandler. It doesn't make him good.
But I mean, it makes you good, and I feel like a lot of people overlook that. Everybody is not meant to score with the ball. Josh Hart, not meant to score with the ball. So you got to always factor in those defensive guys or those guys that can pass really good and handle the ball really good, but they're not no scorer. Jordan was the scorer. So, but it wasn't like Dennis Rodman couldn't shoot threes. He could. He just didn't.
You have to.
When he had to, yeah, he'll pop that thing.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, though. It's not like, I mean, yeah, Rodman was really good, but at the same time, he wasn't somebody who was getting like national attention for going to the Bulls. He was getting national attention for being batshit crazy.
Yes and no. I would agree. Yes and no, I would agree. I felt some kind of way when he went to the Bulls because I said to myself, uh-oh, they got Dennis. It might be a little bit tough. It might have got a little bit tougher now.
Right, but you didn't see Shaq go to the Bulls, and then like Tim Duncan or David Robinson go to the Bulls, and then like Patrick Ewing go to the Bulls, and Reggie Miller go to the Bulls to win a ring.
No, that's true.
It was parody.
But you also seen like role players and stuff of that nature come in to assist and help. So, I mean, we could say, there wasn't no second star, anything like that to a lot of these guys. I mean, Reggie Miller had Ron Artest, Steven Jackson. Uh, he had Aaron, can't think of his last name, and then he had the muscular black dude early on, like in the early '90s. I think his name was Dale something. Dale Ellis? No, I don't think it was Dale Ellis. But he was a pretty big, strong power forward. I mean, it wasn't no big names, but you still had enough to carry you through.
Like the '05 Pistons.
Right. You had enough
And
names on the
nobody.
team to carry you through.
Yeah, but they didn't have a top 10 guy. They had like, 5, like 30 through 70.
Nah, Rip. Look, I can name if all those guys was on other teams, they probably would have been stars in some way. But I
Yeah,
mean,
but if you walk up to any casual fan or any person who's not a fan, like just a person who doesn't watch basketball, kind of like how I don't watch soccer, and you say to them, "Do you know who Michael Jordan is?" They'll say yes. If you walk into anybody and say, "Do you know who Ben Wallace is?" NASCAR driver?
they know who Ben Wallace is.
Nobody knows who Ben Wallace is.
Yes, they do. You
No,
know
they
who
don't.
Rasheed Wallace is.
I do because I've watched it. But that person who only watches football when the Super Bowl's on,
What about Tayshaun Prince?
I couldn't even tell you who that is right now.
Rip Hamilton?
Yeah, I know Rip Hamilton. Got the face guard.
Chauncey Billup?
Yeah, he played for the Knicks at the end of his career.
What about Darko Milicic?
Yeah, I know who he is. How about Gary Payton on the Lakers?
I mean, you had Gary Payton. I mean, but he played for Seattle for how many years?
Forever. Sean
Right.
Kemp, yep.
Yeah.
Or how about Grant Hill when he did his Sprite commercial where he was trying to refine his image and just started singing about how he's a cowboy.
Yeah, but at that point he was so injured that he had to do something. He had to make a check somewhere.
He had paid some way.
Yeah. That's why Detroit traded him. I don't think Detroit trades him if he's able to play all those games. Because if you want to talk about a superstar pairing, some of those got vetoed. I mean, the commissioner didn't let him go down. Same as Chris Paul playing with Kobe Bryant. Commissioner didn't let that happen. Same as Tim Duncan, Tracy McGrady, and Grant Hill was supposed to be on the same team in Orlando. At the last minute, Orlando messed up and said no to something that Tim Duncan wanted. And Tim Duncan was like, nah, I'm going back to San Antonio. So, it's not that hasn't been happening or, some people didn't do it. And that's true. Some people didn't do it. They waited for the team to get built around them. But
That's what I mean. Integrity.
yeah, I mean, I don't. You got so
If
many
Al,
young people coming in. I mean,
yeah,
the
but if
man been
Allen
playing for
Iverson,
30 years.
true, but Allen Iverson easily could have been like, okay, you, I'll go take a pay cut to go win a ring somewhere. But instead, he cared more about his legacy than he did about chasing a championship and you're going to go down as one of the all-time greats with Toronto. No, it's like in I bring things back to baseball because it's what I know, but it's like whenever the Marlins used to just be the Florida Marlins and they'd win a championship and they don't have any people in the Hall of Fame because nobody stays there. They come in as a hired mercenary, they win and then they leave.
Yeah, they definitely had an image issue back in the day with the Florida Marlin thing. They call
I still
themselves
think they should
Miami
be.
now, and people stay.
They're supposed to, yeah. It's like how do we attract people to come watch this team? We'll call it Miami. People love Miami.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what? I don't see. Like I said, the man has been playing ball for almost 30 years now. He's at the point where sometimes his body, because I understand this in 40s, um, sometimes your body don't function the way you want it to. It's a little bit achy and tired and stuff. So he ain't got to be the main guy. He got Jaylen Brown. and a whole host of young cats, Tyrese Maxey. Let's
Yeah.
not count Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid, Joel, however you want to pronounce it. Embiid is not gonna. He's not gonna be that guy. He's just not. That time has came and went. But what he can do is he can get you 20 and 10 for every other 5 games that he plays.
But what's he coming in as? Is he coming in as a mentor for the young guys, or is he coming in as a me player that just says, you know what, I'm here, I'm gonna play a role, I'm gonna be the center of attention when I want it. You know, what kind of person is he coming in as?
I would say he probably coming in as a mentor, but I mean, LeBron is LeBron. He gonna step up when he needs to.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, even he's got the killer instinct. I mean, I don't doubt that. Even if he was in his 50s, you know, I would take him on my team just because he's still like, you can't take that out of him. Even if he's slower physically, I'm sure in small spurts he could get to it.
But yeah,
But at the same time, you know, at what point is it ego versus like a love of the game? Because like Michael Jordan on the Wizards, I don't want to remember that. I'd rather remember him on the Charlotte Knights.
Michael Jordan on the Wizards. Now that's a hilarious analogy. But I think that he's probably going. I don't see him playing starting at the 3. I see him probably playing the 4, and them letting him be the conduit. So he may bring the ball up. He's going to pass it off to Jalen or Tyrese. This way, he helped them save their legs or their energy for late in the game, and they be the closers. Because Tyrese Maxey can close. So, and we know Jalen Brown can close. I just don't. I don't see a world where they're not in the top in the East.
No, they were good before that.
They was good before LeBron. They was stacked. I was like, wow, they are really coming for New York.
And unless he comes in and creates a problem inside the clubhouse or the locker
Which
room,
he,
whatever you want to call it,
which he
that's
ain't.
the only like again on paper is paper. There are plenty of times where people will win or teams will win the off season, but then it doesn't translate.
Right.
Again, and every single team in the league will take him and they'll instantly make that team better. Doesn't matter what team it is. So I'm not saying there's anything bad about what's happening. It's just a matter of like it's like I roll my eyes at it at some point because it's what are you looking for at this point? Because it's also different than, I guess, I think that's another thing though with the, like, I go back to the integrity of the game, was that growing up and being a fan, you had players that you just flat out hated with a passion. You know, every time Reggie Miller took the court against the Knicks, I was not happy. I wanted to see him get hurt. Like on the court, I wanted to see him go down or like, you know, some kind of foul trouble, whatever it is. I want to see him do poorly. Like, I don't know, maybe it's that I'm not as hardcore as a fan anymore, but I don't hate there's no player that I absolutely despise and want to see do poorly or, you know, get traded to the other conference so I don't have to deal with them. Like, it's not like that, at least anymore for me.
Yeah. I mean, back in the day, I've always been a Lakers fan. So, it started with Magic. It started with Big Game James, you know. So I've always been a Lakers fan. But to watch Allen Iverson, man, Allen Iverson owned the world at one point in time. If he told us all to get tattoos on our noses, I think probably the world would have probably did it. Pick me up, camera. Stop buzzing me out. Come on. Something on you? There you go. Focus. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think I think we all would have got tattoos on our noses. But outside of that, like I never been like a chaser of other people's jerseys. So it's just a weird coinkydink that the man goes to the Sixers and I own the Allen Iverson jersey. But, that was, like a player outside of a team that I like.
Yeah. That's the guy. That's the one that you want on your team, even if it doesn't make sense.
Right. Even though he disrespected the hell out of us when he stepped over Teron Lue. But
Yeah, it's just
it,
like there's some players. It's just like watching Karl Malone. I wanted Karl Malone. I wanted Carmelo Anthony like on offense only, and we ended up getting Carmelo Anthony at some point, and it was kind of the end of his career. And also they paired him with another offense first star that was hurt. So Stat and Melo was great, but only for like 2 weeks, like Jeremy Lin. So
no, the Jeremy Lin situation was different.
why? Because Carmelo Anthony and Amari Stoudemire aren't Asian, and they didn't go to Harvard.
When Carmelo Anthony came back from injury, he felt some kind of way, and he was like, "Yo, I'm the star of the team." Like, and so that's what the Jeremy
Ego.
Lin. Ego killed the Jeremy Lin situation.
Yeah, that and just like coming back down to earth because it's Jeremy Lin. He wasn't, he went from the D League or off the street to in a uniform. Eventually, the world caught up with him.
But the motivation that he had, the things that that motivated him, uplift him, and kept him propelling, should have kept on happening. I would have told Melo, like, sit your ass down. We winning with this dude. We ain't winning with you. You turn into the black hole. You just want to shoot.
I don't know, man. If I could quote Latrell Sprewell, he beat the shit out of his coach.
Yeah, that's true.
So same team. But if you think of it this way, though, Carmelo has a reason for that ego at the time. I mean, look at him. He's married to Lala. He's got the Carmelo chocolate bar. That shit's delicious. You ever had one of those? I know it's not named after him, but damn. Chocolate, caramel. It's like a good version of a Toblerone.
It is a good candy bar, but it's not named after him. So,
but it has his name on it. It has his name on it, and he came over. He went to Syracuse. He should have been in New York from the very beginning, just like Steph Curry should have been in New York from the very beginning. Golden State had enough foresight, and then we ended up with DeAndre Jordan or some bullshit. He didn't last. I think he went to the Lakers. I don't know. Doesn't matter. It wasn't Curry.
Who did y'all pick?
We picked 8th. That's what we picked.
Who did y'all pick in that draft?
Something Jordan. Something no name nothing. We picked 8th. That's what we picked. And then LeBron had his little sit down with ESPN. I'm going to Miami. And they had this whole thing, like you could do like this roulette thing where it's like free agent lottery, like collusion edition.
Yeah, I picked Jordan Hill.
Yep. See, I said something. DeAndre something. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah. Y'all wanted Steph.
Everyone wanted Steph after
but Golden State picked him. Golden State picked him right then and there.
Yeah. I was talking about this actually with my wife a couple weeks ago when the World Cup was still a thing. Thank goodness that shit's over. But we were talking about how the most interesting thing about watching a sport that you don't care about is when there's a really good story going on. Like, I didn't watch college basketball. That wasn't my thing. It was boring. I don't want to watch 3-pointers and just a bunch of no, I'm not going to watch jumping jacks professionally. Fuck that shit. But once Davidson went on that run with Steph, and Davidson's right nearby where I live. Wow, look at this school that nobody really heard of. Probably had no business being in the tournament, but they made it. It's just like when St. John's was good in there. Like that's an attention grabber. But it was an underdog story where Steph Curry carried a team through the tournament and did very well. So now it's got eyes on it of casual people who don't care that much about it. So I watched that intently because it was nice watching somebody who I had only heard of his father, who again was, a decent player, but his son's picking up, the same thing with Patrick Mahomes. Pat Mahomes was a great pitcher for my team because I knew his name and his name was Pat, like me. But he wasn't a good player. Patrick Mahomes came in a totally different sport, and he's done really well. Like him or hate him, I personally don't care because, again, my team doesn't have to play him. But, it's nice to see, a family with a legacy coming down. So the stories were there. It's just like with the World Cup, they had that whatever that goalie's name was that abused Spain or whoever, France, something, or Mexico. I can't remember, but he was from some African country that I can't remember the name of. But it was an island off of West Africa or some junk. He was a goalie and he did really well, and that was an attention grabber.
You
Like
talking
that's
about he was from Cape Verde?
yeah. The green cave. But that's interesting, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
You talking about Cape Verde on your regular? You got Cape Verde in your Sunday crossword?
Actually, coming from the tri-state area, it's a lot of Cape Verdeans that live in that area. So
There's a lot of everybody living in that area, but
that's
Cape
true.
Verde is not one the Cape Verde you sleep on. Cape Verde is not in front of everybody. You hear DMX rapping about Cape Verde.
No, but you hear Pete Rock and CL Smooth say something about the Portuguese lover. That's who they're talking about.
So you're saying Cape Verde was talked about but not named.
Right. It was said. But we knew.
That's the problem.
But we knew, it's cold
No, we didn't
speak.
know.
We know. We
I
knew.
just found out.
We knew.
What's this? Who?
We.
We have hands? We with 4 fingers? What's that bullshit?
We knew. Y'all just wasn't hip. It's not our fault.
I'm trying to find out who we are.
Black folk.
They don't know who we be.
You tried to work it.
I got 2 or 3. Shit, man. Skin color does not define how black you are. That is what is inside your soul.
Well,
it's called seasoning.
Me and my father always talk about, graham crackers. Basically what it is black people that think they white.
I call we've got those. I had my first wife was South Korean. I called her a banana because she's yellow on the outside, white on the inside. My current wife is from Costa Rica. I call her a coconut because she's brown on the outside and white on the inside.
Yeah.
Coconut.
And people like from the Dominican Republic, they don't want to be associated with being black, even though they had the same skin complexion as me. I know black. I know black.
But I feel like it's really the connotation at that point, because I feel like if someone called me black, white, whatever, it's a term of endearment. Whether you're happy or not happy with me in any way, and they say, "Oh, you're black, thank you," or "You're white, thank you," because it's not the color of your skin at that point. At least from my perspective, it's the seasoning on your soul. Because as we know, black people season things. So if you tell me I'm white, I can easily turn that into a negative to say, okay, you're telling me I'm salt and pepper at best. I need some milk with my ice cream so I don't burn my mouth. Yeah, salt and pepper, and you cook it at 425. And if you tell me I'm black, that means what? You can take negativity towards it, but I don't I jump high and have a huge dick. Or maybe my food is so good. My food is so good that you need a nap afterwards. I don't have time for bullshit and negativity, but my children are black. They will not stop talking during a movie. Shut the fuck up. We went and saw live action Moana. I had to reach over to each of them and put my hands over their mouths. My little daughter, blonde hair, blue eyes. Might as well call her Aunt Jemima's whatever, like little mini Jemima. That girl just will not stop talking during a movie.
That's just kids in general. I don't think kids. I don't think kids should have a race.
They should earn it.
They should earn it. Yeah.
It's kind of like
they should grow into it. Like step through which door you choose. Like them old kung fu movies. Like choose the ball, and you'll die like your mother. Choose the sword, and you'll live forever. Now make a choice, son. It should be like that. Like when you turn 18, you should say, choose a door. Black, white, or Asian. If you're not good at math and you walk through the Asian door, you will die. You don't listen to rap music. You walk through the black door, some shit like that, you'll die. Or if you don't put raisins in your potato salad and you walk through the white door, you will die. Choose one.
If you don't casserole every fucking thing you have, and then put ranch dressing on it if you start to get worried. Yeah.
It should be like that.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
think
in
that'll work.
some way, I don't think you should choose though, because that's not fair. Like, what if I choose I want to be a Pack Islander? I don't know how to do that.
That's what I'm saying. So you should have some knowledge of what you're walking into. If you choose the wrong door, then you'll die, right?
So it's just flat out death. No in
Yeah.
between.
Well, I mean, it probably won't be a physical death, but it definitely will be a spiritual and mental death because you walking into something that you don't know nothing about.
I mean, it's just like taking any class in school and not knowing what's going on. I had to take I took world religions.
Wow.
I know shit about that. Still don't,
Wow.
to be fair. To be fair, I didn't know anything about that. Other than being in the South, people don't really enjoy that. And it's more fun actually people watching in those instances where you find those people that had to take it because it was the last thing available and they're sitting there like just visibly angry about it. So they're like, your choice is tank your GPA or sit through what you consider to be pointless information. Meanwhile, I could tell you geometry is pointless information the majority of the time. I don't need to know the fucking circumference of things. What does it matter to me?
You know,
You know,
it's a lot of things that in school that are pointless. Like, why are you teaching me about world history, but not teaching me enough about American history? Like, why are you avoiding certain topics in American history and not teaching me those things? Why are you
too much
teaching
of
me
it.
all this weird ass math, but not teaching me how to budget a checkbook or a checking account or how
Or
to take care of my
uh,
credit?
what's crazy about that is I like the aspect of home economics. I do enjoy. I had to take that, I believe, when I was in, like the seventh grade or eighth grade or something, and they taught you like how to cook basic things, how to sew, like life skills. But then they'll have another one where it's like the whole class is how to take care of a baby. As a middle school or early high school person, I don't want to have baby on my radar, and I shouldn't be graded on that. I think being a parent, you don't get a grade on being a parent. Guess what? You suck at it. Everyone does. That's why we continues to improve. I'm not a good parent by any stretch. I'm a better parent than I started out as, but I'm still learning things.
I mean, being a parent is an everyday learn thing. Every day, every no matter what child you got, whether you're in a situation like me where you got a 6-year-old and your oldest is 22, um, or in the situation where you have both preteens, basically, right? Preteen. Look, it's like he went through it. I said preteen, right? He said,
I
uh.
get the white. I feel the white hairs emerging.
But I always learn something new while parenting, and I make adjustments and I grow with it. And I accept some of the faults that I have over time because every day is going to be something new, especially with your kids. Um, so don't automatically say that you're not good at being a parent. You're doing the best you can as a parent
Well, yeah,
right now.
I think it's
You
the
know,
measurement from others outside of myself. Yeah, I would be considered average or better, maybe. I don't know. My kids are still alive. Nobody's pregnant in jail on the pole, on coke, whatever. But at the same time, my internal, I know I can do better than I'm doing right now, and I know I'll do better today than I did yesterday, or I'm going to do better tomorrow than I will today. So it's just that's my internal drive to be better in whatever aspect as I work with my children and learn about myself through them.
right?
But at the same time, like I couldn't look back at any of the, or I can look at several choices I've made I could have made better. But also, it's kind of work with what you got in that moment.
I mean, that's with anything in life. That don't automatically mean with your kids it's like that. No. That's with anything in life. You can look back on it and say you could have made a better choice or you could have decided to do something better than what you actually did. I mean, ain't a ain't a day go by, it pops in my head like, hey, you could have. I say, nope. I'm not gonna worry about yesterday. I'm gonna worry about today. And then when tomorrow comes, I'm gonna worry about tomorrow. I'll just take it one day at a time and kind of massage things and perfect them. But No, no. I mean, your kids ain't dead. Like you said, Coke pole, corner, you know.
Yeah, but I worry about those people that look back and go, "Yeah, that was great." You know, like, you think Rodman's looking back going, "Wedding dress was a good idea." Carmen Electra, man, good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah. I mean, for
yeah.
me, Carmen Electra, great idea, but for him, I don't know.
I mean, the man broke his penis messing with Carmen Electra.
Man, you don't break it till you try. That's just trying.
Like, how do
I
you
think we're
break a penis?
how do you not at this point? Because you've done everything else. You know, eventually, if you do everything, you have to just for excitement have to try something else. I mean, if anything, as a man, we are continuously trying to break our penises. Are you not? Every time you hear harder, faster, different angles, different moves.
Listen, I learned after watching a child being born, no matter what you do, you can't do nothing to that no more. Yeah. Once you see that as a man, you realize that thing can stretch, it can flex, it can bend, it can fold, it can get cut open, child snatched out, sewn back up. Nothing you can do with that. So all that harder, fast, stronger, longer, long as it's for your pleasure, because you can try to break it, but you can't break that.
Well, you can only break. You can't break and control the things of others. You can only break and control what is yours.
That's
So
true.
in that case,
That's true.
again, Rodman broke his penis because it's his, so he can break what's his. You know, just like
Yeah.
when I broke my Stretch Armstrong as a kid, that shit broke. You know, I tested it to the limit, and it broke. He didn't have a penis to stretch. I had to rip his arms off eventually, not on
Okay.
purpose,
Okay.
but you know,
Okay.
it happens that way. And that's why, again, I'm convinced that the vagina is the porthole to hell. I've seen demons crawl out of that shit. Terrifying. Just coming out like terrifying.
So you must be talking about kids. Okay.
Well, yeah, the only you got another you got another name for them.
Kids.
Well, yeah, but there's more than that. I've heard of crotch spawn. I'm just looking at my thesaurus. I think demons is the best one I've found so far,
Wow. That one
and
took me.
lazy too. Let's talk about newborns. Lazy. Dolphins come out of their mothers. They immediately start doing dolphin stuff.
I mean,
Lazy
look,
infants. Get it together.
all four-legged animals, horses, cattle, and everything, they stand up in a couple of days.
Well, not
Here we are,
giraffes.
waiting almost a damn year for your ass to walk. And then you still cry and say, pick me up.
Yeah, what makes you so special?
Pick me up.
Man, I haven't lost the weight from my first child, and you want me to take care of you?
That is true, though. We do gain weight. We do
Mhm.
gain weight. That's unfair. Like, I'm not currently with child. Why do I have to gain weight? Like, that's not fair. Like, why every time you eat, the shit got to smell good enough for me to want to eat it?
It's a good point.
I don't want Mexican food, but now we at this Mexican restaurant and I got to get me something because it would be unfair for me to sit up there and let you eat by yourself.
Yeah, you have to be unified.
Have to be unified.
And also, how do you land? How do you land at the Mexican restaurant anyway? Because I'm pretty sure if you ask, "What do you want to eat?" the answer is going to be, "I don't know."
No, I don't know if you noticed, but I guess it's like pregnancy powers combined is like the two going into one. Somehow a decision is made faster when pregnant than without child. So it's like, it starts out like early pregnancy is like, I don't know, I got a taste for such and such. And by the time about the 6 month roll around, it's like, we know what we want. We want Mexican and we want orange juice and we want honey bun. We want, we want, we want,
Yeah,
we
and
want.
it's yeah, and some of that mint chocolate chip ice cream.
And then for me, it was food aversion. So we want you not to cook hamburgers in the house. Your
Yeah, the
coffee,
smell.
your coffee stinks. You must starve. But you can eat when we eat. We're gonna eat whatever we want. And you will have no choice. Eat with us. Yeah.
Very
So
true.
that's my viewpoint.
Hey, it's a good experience,
Yep.
and hopefully one day, if you end up in the grandparent realm, you can you can enlighten your child with that story of This is what you were born to be.
But yeah, 20, 30 years from now, yeah, definitely probably have a grandchild. And so, yeah, I got daughters. So the inevitable will happen in 20, 30 years. Yeah. Because
Hope not, but
neither 20, 30 years. Yeah, 20, 30, 30, 35, 40. Yeah.
yeah. Horrible.
Yeah, no time soon. No time soon. 45, 50 years from now. Yeah. I'll be, because I like I told them, I don't have enough gray hair right now. Don't play with me. I need this all to be gray and white before anybody call me grandpa.
Fair.
Yeah.
What are you gonna go? What are you gonna go by?
I don't know. I just go with the child, whatever they want to call me.
Kenzilla?
No, because they'll never see this podcast ever.
Call you Pappy KZ?
I don't know. I just go with the child. What about yourself?
I want to be. I want to be. I want to be referred to as a mama jamma. It must be like whatever the word at the front, whether it's Pappy, Grandpa, Pops. It's gonna be Pop Mama Jamma Pops or something like that. I want Mama Jamma to be very clear. I was talking to that Mama Jamma. Maybe just that Mama Jamma. That'd be fun.
Pop Mama Jamma.
Or
Okay.
just the major Mac Daddy. That'd be good too.
So you want to be Big Daddy without the cane?
I'll take it.
Yeah.
Something
Big Daddy
ridiculous
without
that
the cane.
it's got to be ridiculous and embarrassing to say in public.
Yeah. I probably get called something regular like Paw Paw or Pops or Pop Pop. I don't know. Just something endearing and makes them happy. At that point, that's what it's about for me to get a kick out of them and pull them up with nothing but sweets and bad shit and send them home to their mammies.
I like it. And you can
Bye.
start. Yeah.
And your mama
Yep.
better not say nothing.
Mm-hmm.
If she say something to you, tell her, call me. You call me.
Right. And I think
I
you
don't
should
care, you
start.
three. I'm giving you cell phones. Call me. She give you any problems.
I like it. I can already see it now. You'd be called Pops and the Weasel. Or call the kid Weasel. Hey, I want to talk about this place that we went to this ice cream spot yesterday that I feel like was created by hipsters.
Boy.
And so we went in there with the children yesterday and got up to the counter, and they had all these different flavors and junk, and a lot of what they, I guess, considered trendy. I ended up accidentally trying something called ube cheesecake. Didn't taste like either. But they have like this little fine print underneath every flavor on the little case, and it said dairy free, egg free, gluten free.
Was this on the south side?
No, this was in Davidson, near relative to the college. So south for me, north for most, at least in the
So
Charlotte
you
area.
was bougie. Okay. Bougie
Yeah.
hipsters.
So
Hipsters
like
with money.
look, I guess at that point, yeah. But we went through, and my kids got something, my wife got something. I didn't want anything because I looked at all of it. I tried a few things and was disappointed a lot. So I didn't feel like putting disappointment in my wallet as well as my mouth at the same time. So I asked the young person behind the counter and said, "So is this like a place that caters to people with allergies and like dairy aversions and stuff?" And she goes, "No, we're accepting of all people here." And I stopped. I looked at her in the eye and I said, "Okay, you're an idiot. I'm asking you if you have any actual ice cream." And she's like, "Oh no, we don't do dairy or any of that. They even have they have a whipped cream can, but it's filled with it's got Pam in it or spray, I guess, because they make their own waffles for their waffle cones, which I think is awesome. But I couldn't tell you the name of the spot. I called it Depression while I was sitting there because like on paper the flavors look great, but in practice it's like eating cold sand. There's
I'm
no
good.
cream in it.
I'm good.
It's like, oh, we use oat milk. How hard are you squeezing these oats to milk them? And how many nipples are there on an oat?
I was about to ask that question. I could have swore oats don't have titties, but oh well.
They might. I don't know. I don't know, but it was confusing because I saw so many people coming in there, and predominantly the men that I saw come in had like had mustaches and trucker hats and like khaki shorts. So I realized I didn't need to be near that. So we got out of there. We'll tell you one thing. They had these things called something. They said they have spoons they'll give you that are made from sustainable material. So of course I'm sitting there going, so this was made out of like a windmill? They said sustainable resources. I was like, what's sustainable? Like a windmill? What the fuck are we talking about here? I like those spoons.
Yeah. You you were definitely in some sort of hipster place. I don't know what the name of that place would be, but I,
I
I
named it
don't
depression.
I don't think I would like to find out though.
I feel like if you're a person who has those kinds of allergies, then it's great for you to be able to try something and have the same level of disappointment that I had. But at the
Yeah,
same
that
time,
all that
like
is just weird.
I didn't grow up with a peanut allergy because we weren't allowed to have that. Same thing with like soy. But again, gluten free. Is there all of a sudden are we putting flour in our ice cream now?
Well, to me, gluten has always been a weird thing because it says gluten. So the first thing coming to my mind is glue. I don't know. It's just always been weird to me. Um, but when I was growing up, nobody had that allergy. No, I don't recall nobody until like I got into my teenage years, and then my sister found out that she was allergic to this. But I don't recall anybody being allergic to nickel, um, peanuts, or any type of tree nut. I don't recall nobody being allergic to that.
No.
Now I do recall people being allergic to shellfish. I was one of them. Um, but no, some of these allergies is just I don't know. I don't know. I I think technology and everything has made us soft, and so we stay inside more. And this is the discussion I always have. So we're not exposed to as much as we normally would. And I think over time, what's happening is our bodies are evolving to the point where it's just getting rid of what it don't need no more. It don't need to defend against this or these peanuts or anything like that. So now you got weird ass peanut allergies and stuff like that. That's just my opinion.
I feel for people who have those allergies because peanuts are good. I mean, they taste good. You can do stuff with them. Like they're in a shell and stuff. You can open them. That's nice.
Yeah,
How much of your food do you get to break before you eat it?
right.
I
I
mean,
mean, I like pistachios and cashews, so
because you're bougie.
nah, it's just I mean, it was more abundant up north than they was when we moved down here. Like I had to like almost beg to get them down here because they cost so damn much. But up north, like you can go to like a store and they be out there on a little thing in the big ass bag, and you get like 2 scoops of them, and for like a couple of bucks, and you got cashews, or I mean, you just gotta break them out the shell, but still,
Yeah. Well, they have a lot of pecans here.
fuck
Pecans aren't
pecans.
bad. I mean, they're not the worst compared to others, but at the same time, like at least when I was a kid, when we got that can of mixed nuts, and you got like 85% peanuts, like 10% almonds, and 5% cashews. You weren't allowed to fish around the bowl looking for the cashews. Like you had to just take what you got because everybody wants the cashew. Cashews are good.
Yeah, no, that shit sucked. That was unfair. It's like when you get the mixed fruit and you got the cherry in there, and you only got like one cherry in this big ass can of mixed fruit. And everybody looking at you like, who gonna eat the cherry? I want the cherry. I want the cherry. Yeah. So unfair.
But again, that's the lesson for life anyway. Of like we had to share, even things you wouldn't normally think you had to share. We had to share because now I don't know if I go grab a can of fruit and I want to eat it. I don't look around and see, hey, everybody, who's in on this because I'm about to open this.
Yeah.
unless you're a parent and then you got a kid just pop out of nowhere and just hands out or just grabbing things. But overall, I know for me myself, having to share with my younger siblings growing up, we learned that maybe that's why we didn't have to learn how to balance a checkbook in school because we were already doing math on our own without noting that it was there. When you've got we did some really good accounting. It's like, okay, I got 28 French fries and there's four of us. Okay, that means everybody's going to get seven. But if there's 30, then we're each going to get seven, and two people, and everybody's either going to get a half, or two people are just going to be happy while the rest of us have to watch.
Yeah. Well, I had an age gap with my siblings, 10, 11 years, so I'm good. I didn't have to
My
share until like 10, 11 years later, and by then I understood. Like, I was happy to share. Well, I wanna say about 13, 14, because, table food. So, about 13, 14 years old, I still had to start sharing, but I was good by then. They couldn't eat what I was eating.
because they were allergic to shellfish.
No. My siblings aren't actually allergic to shellfish. I'm the only one. But my sister allergic to nickel and all kinds of other shit, but they can eat shellfish. Yeah. Which I'm happy about because who wanna eat sea crabs, like lice? Who wanna eat gigantic lice, pubic lice, and shrimps, you know? They clean the tank. So, I mean, who wanna eat that stuff? They all scavengers. Eat your scavenger meat. Eat your sea arthropods.
Hmm.
Yeah, and enjoy 'em.
You know who eats a lot of seafood? Countries that are very close to water. So a lot of your Central America, your Bahamas, and your Asian countries, your Philippines, Indonesia, Singapore, Japan. When they're making their Japan porns and they're taking, opening up their bento boxes or whatever they do there, making robots and doing their math, and then sitting down on the floor for tea, and they're probably eating something that was cooked with some kind of shellfish. I feel like Kenzilla's kryptonite has become just any food in Japan.
Listen, I just named, uh, lobster, crab, shrimp. Yeah, lobster, crab, shrimp. That's it. Those are the only ones that because those are shellfish. Mollusk, I am not allergic to. So I can eat clams, oysters, scallops, conch fritters, conch salad.
Til- Tilapia.
If it's wild raised, yes, I will eat it. If it's farm raised, hell no, I ain't
You
eating it.
So you can't eat the grass-fed, non-GMO tilapia.
Not, listen, I gotta kiss my teeth a little bit right there. Um, Anybody who's eating these fish that have been raised on these farms, your fish are cousin fuckers. They're fucking their own mama. They're inbreeding. So all the nutrients and everything, and then they just feeding them whatever they want to. And tilapia, the way they get busy, they get busy a lot. So they get overcrowded in those farms. So when you eating those farm fresh fish, good luck with that. And wondering why your child math scores is F plus minus. You're giving them brain rot.
But aren't most of those fish inbreeding to begin with?
They can inbred in wild,
I
but
mean, how you
not as
fry it without
much,
having it if it's not inbreading, how you frying it?
huh?
How you gonna fry it if it's not inbreading? Think about it.
All right.
Think about it. I don't know. To be fair, for the record, I don't eat fish to begin with. My son's got a fish allergy. I'm not tempted fate on that one. If it's got hormones, antibiotics, it's inbred. I mean, if cows are fucking each other and they're all related, I'm still gonna eat a cheeseburger, regardless of the sexual preferences of the animal that I'm eating. Okay, I am all
Moo.
inclusive.
Moo.
Can you imagine? I I am all inclusive. I don't care if the cow has a dairy allergy. I don't care if it's allergic to peanuts. I don't care if it was the
So
Mother
your cow
Teresa
is like,
cow.
hey, you want some steak today? I got steak for you. Your cow come up to you like that, and you want to still eat it.
Hell yeah, because it's probably really zesty. You know, that cow is probably, the meat is probably fabulous. You know what else that meat has? That meat probably has disposable income and no children.
That's true.
Think about it.
That's
That
true.
meat is probably a lot cleaner than the other ones.
Yeah, that's true.
Probably stress free, got a bleached asshole. I don't care.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, but yesterday, let me tell you this. My son asked me when he is going to be old enough to drink energy drinks,
Oh
and he
my
named a
God.
couple of different ones, and I told him never. And he said, "Why not?" I said, "Because those energy drinks you named, if you drink them, will give you AIDS." And he said, "Well, what is that?" I said, "It's an autoimmune disease that will kill you." So if he goes to school, he starts middle school this year. If he goes to school and says, "Oh, you can't drink that, it's going to give you AIDS," you're welcome.
So in a couple years from now, because you know how urban legend and lore happens, in a couple years from now, when you hear this rumor about an energy drink giving people AIDS back in the 2020s, I'll remember this and say, "Goddamn, Patrick's son."
Pave the way for the future.
Yeah. And with that said, let's pave the way for the future by saying like, share, subscribe, comment. I see some of y'all be hovering and not liking and sharing. So please share us with your worst enemies, your best friends, and your unsignificant others, your side pieces, your manstress, your mistress. I don't care what you just share it. And we'll see y'all next week. Peace.